So here we're looking at fractional powers for n and how we can expand using the fractional power. Now the reason we've got fractional power here is because that 16 minus 12x is actually 16 minus 12x. If it's square rooted, it's to the power of a half. Now the first problem we've got in doing this expansion is that we should have a 1 here. This will only work if there's a 1 here. So I'm going to take this 16 out and divide everything in the bracket by 16. But the 16 has to be to the power of a half when I take it out. And divide this by 16, and that gives me 1. Divide this by 16, and we get 3 over 4. X to the power of a half. Now that's the first step, and now I'm ready to expand it all. So part A, 16 to the power of a half is nice. That's the square root of 16, which is 4. And now the 3 expansions start with 1. Nx, my n is a half. My x is negative 3/4 of x. So again, putting all these in brackets will just hopefully cut down on the mistakes we make with the minuses. So plus, and then we've got n minus 1, which is negative a half, and then we've got negative 3/4 of x all squared. And when I'm going to get that all squared, that's going to give me a positive. All of this is divided by 2 factorial. Now this is going to give me 4 times 1, which is 4, negative 3 over 8, and then times 4 is going to give me negative 3 over 2x. Now the next one's a little bit more complicated, and you can check my maths, but it's a half times minus a half times 9 over 16, and all of that divided by 2 factorial, and all of that will simplify when I multiply it by the 4 at the front to negative 5. Sorry, I'm going to do that one more time, just make sure that I've got that correct. It all simplifies to negative 9 over 32 x squared. And again, you can check that on your calculator to make sure I haven't made any mistakes with that. Okay, so that's part A. Part B, I'll just do over here. We want the expansion to be valid only when this part is less than the modulus of 1. So when we actually do all of that less to the modulus of 1, we will have negative 4 over 3 x and then less than 4 over 3. So this is how we can do a binomial expansion using an n where it's fractional and also where we haven't got a start with 1.